Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Andrew Wolf from USAopoly, looking at Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, the Monster Box of Monsters expansions, a cooperative deck building game. It's easy to do.
Yeah,
you
got
can
it all
run
in.
through that easy.
Fantastic.
It's a expansion for Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle.
Yes.
This is right now empty. This is much easier to pick up than the other one here. Now, obviously, this is an expansion.
Yes,
for
it is.
this. After we finish 7 years of Harry Potter,
What's left to do?
what is left?
Well, you get to go back and enjoy some new adventures, all focused around the monsters and creatures that inhabit the Wizarding World.
Okay.
So it lets you get a different perspective on the Wizarding World, different parts of the storytelling that we didn't really get to focus on with Hogwarts Battle because it was all about the Death Eaters and Voldemort and
The story of the main story there.
But there was so much extra content that we didn't feel like belonged in here, but we really wanted to feature, so we put it all in this expansion, focusing on the monsters and the creatures.
Okay.
So, if you want to kind of take a peek at some of that stuff.
Is it revealed in spoiler fashion?
It is, and so the game includes...
So Harry Potter, if you haven't played yet, it has 7 years of the Harry Potter story, and you were going to start with year 1 and then year 2, and you add more cards each year that you do. And it sort of scales up in complexity and difficulty as you do things. So
Exactly.
now we're doing the same in here.
Yeah, so this is going to include 4 more box adventures. So you're going to start. So it's designed such that after you've played through the 7 boxes, 7 game adventures in Hogwarts Battle, then you can introduce the new content from here. You can introduce it a little bit earlier, but it's really best if you wait until after you get through all of this main storyline stuff.
Okay.
So there's 4 more box adventures. Each of them is sequential in nature too, so there are additive elements, just like we included here with the 7 boxes. The stuff you're going to see here is all contained in that first box, so there's some surprises. I'm not going to spoil everything.
Okay.
And I know people really enjoyed opening the new box, seeing what the new content was, seeing how the story unfolded, and how we took a spin on it. So you're going to see, the first thing you're going to note is that now, in addition to villains, you have creatures. And they function very similarly, but they do have some key differences. And we've called out that they're creatures instead of villains.
Right.
So even though they're going to occupy similar spaces on the game board, there are some different ways in which you interact with them. A couple other things you might notice from, I think it's the Norbert,
Okay.
is you notice down there instead of a heart, he's got a little influence icon. So now some creatures, instead of just attacking them and defeating them, you have to use your influence to defeat them.
Okay.
And there's a fixed amount. You can only apply 1 influence to the creature each turn. So you know it's going to take you at least 6 turns to defeat Norbert.
Okay.
And you're not straight up attacking him. So it's like you're using your negotiation and some of your other wizarding skills instead of just trying to defeat them through force.
Okay. We have new Dark Arts cards.
We have some new Dark Arts events here. Again, everything is creature themed, so Blast-Ended, like if you're familiar with Blast-Ended Scroots, the Troll from the first movie, Fluffy the 3-headed dog, some more nasty spells. And then we also have, which you see included here, a new card type called Detention, which is also referenced on Norbert here.
Okay.
So I think I'll show you that. Detention are Hogwarts cards that can get added to your deck that are not good. You do not want to go to Detention. It's a card that actively has no power in your hand other than if you're forced to discard it for some reason, you're going to lose health.
Okay.
So you're probably wondering, and people have asked this throughout the course of the base game, is there going to be a mechanic that's going to let you take some of your weaker cards, or now actively bad cards, out of your deck? So yes, we are going to introduce that mechanic, which we call banishing. So here's an example of that. Turgio is a cleaning spell, if you're familiar with the Wizarding World. So you can clean out some of the chaff from your deck, some of those weaker cards, or those detention cards that are going to get in your way and otherwise hinder you.
Okay.
Here's another example of a banished card, Argus Filch and Mrs. Norris. He's the groundskeeper, the janitor, so to speak, for Hogwarts, so he helps you clean out your deck.
Okay.
You're going to see more creatures in the form of allies like Fang.
Okay.
We've got some fun stuff like an old sock, the heart they use to tame Fluffy. There's some more detention cards. So more new Hogwarts cards are going to be introduced, some new mechanics with the detention and banishing. Another new element we've included are these encounters. So each of the 4 boxes is going to have a set of 3 encounters. I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't played through, but they're another condition you have to meet to actually win the game.
Okay.
And they all have their own very specific sets of parameters. So this one is going to penalize you if you have less health. You're going to be able to draw fewer cards. To get past it, you have to play 2 cards with an even value. So people are going to have to prioritize acquiring different cards along the way to actually get past some of the encounters. This one requires you to roll dice, so that's why I say you need to play at least through game 4 in here to get access to the dice. Here's one that says you have to play 2 allies, 2 items, and 2 spells in 1 turn. So some of these
you're gonna have to draw a lot.
Right. So some of the you're going to have to start with more than 5 cards, or the ability to play more than 5 in a turn.
Right.
So yeah, again, so they're like little puzzles you have to solve as you're still dealing with all the villains, the creatures, the dark arts events, everything else that you're familiar with playing through the game. The win and lose conditions are still the same. Defeat all the creatures and villains before they control the locations to win or lose. A couple other new things that we're introducing, new versions of the characters that have new abilities. So you've got Harry, Ron, Hermione, Neville. Oh, and what? We have a new character. So I know a lot of people have been really excited about the opportunity to include a new playable character, which we've included with Luna Lovegood.
All right.
So now you have 5 characters to choose from, and Luna has her own unique starting deck like the other 4 characters, so she gets her own unique ally. She has stuff like her Spectre Specs, which are pretty cool. They let you peek at the top Dark Arts event card and choose to discard it or keep it on top, so you can help mitigate some of that a little bit. She likes to cheer on everybody else when they're playing Quidditch, so she gets her lion hat, which gives you bonus when other people have Quidditch gear or brooms. And then, of course, she's going to have her Aloha Moras like everyone else.
Right, so you can replay the original decks or original years.
Absolutely, yeah. You could introduce Luna as a character to play in with the other characters in the original game, plus include her now into the mix with the Monster Box of Monsters content. And this is all stuff just kind of teasing the first box. There's 4 boxes, so there's 3 more boxes with a bunch of cool new stuff in there as well. So hopefully a lot more exciting new content for people who I think have already been really excited about this game.
That sounds really wonderful, Andrew.
Thanks.
We're delighted to have this
I think
in our life now.
More Harry Potter. We want to bring as much to you as we possibly can, so we're really excited. This is going to be releasing late August, early September.
Okay.
And it's targeting a $29.95 price point.
All right. Thanks very much.
Sure.
This has been a lot of fun I've had with it, so I look forward to seeing this too.
Absolutely. We are thrilled to be able to bring more of it to everyone. It's been really successful, and it's been exciting to see the great response that everyone's had for it.
All right.
So,
Okay. Thank you.
cool.